On July 7th, 2025, Uranus will enter Gemini, where it will remain until May 22nd, 2033. This shift marks the beginning of a new collective chapter, one that will challenge how we think, speak, learn, and define the truth itself. Uranus, the planet of rebellion, revolution, and sudden awakening, brings shocks to the system, but not for destruction's sake. Its purpose is evolution. In Gemini, Uranus electrifies the realm of the mind, language, communication, and identity. And what unfolds over the next 8 years will redefine the mental and technological landscape of our lives. To understand what this means, we look back. The last time Uranus was in Gemini was 1941 to 1949, a time of massive global upheaval and accelerated technological change. This was the era of World War II, when the world became starkly polarized into opposing ideologies. Gemini's duality made literal the fight between fascism and democracy. Sounds familiar? Uranus in Gemini gave birth to the atomic bomb, the radar, and the ENIAC, the first general-purpose computer. The war was just not fought on battlefields, but in the airwaves, through propaganda, code breaking, and radio broadcasts. Language became a weapon, information became power, and secrets could destroy or save millions. It was also the era when television entered the mainstream, when comic books exploded onto the scene, and when the seeds of youth culture were planted. A new way of thinking, speaking, and being was forming. Restless, curious, fragmented, and fast. The world became smaller, more connected, more wired. Gemini ruled the skies, and Uranus set them on fire. Now, on 2025, Uranus returns to Gemini with a new mission. But the themes are strikingly familiar. We are once again standing on the edge of a mental revolution. Artificial intelligence, neural networks, voice technology, and synthetic speech are evolving at breakneck speed. We're entering an age where truth is fluid, where information can be manipulated, cloned, deep-faked, and instantly distributed to billions. The mind is no longer private. The voice is no longer singular. The self is no longer stable. Socially, we can expect massive shifts in education, media, and language itself. Traditional systems of knowledge may collapse or radically evolve. We may no longer trust what we see or hear, which forces us to develop a deeper internal compass and trust our intuition. Youth movements will rise. Gen Z and Gen Alpha are already rewriting the rules of gender identity, learning, and activism. Communication will be faster, stranger, and more multidimensional than ever before. Think telepathy. Psychologically, Uranus shakes the internal foundation of the mind. Many people will experience mental restlessness, sudden shifts in thinking, and a feeling that their identity is no longer fixed. This is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. It's the cracking open of all thought structures so that something more fluid, more authentic, more interconnected can emerge. Gemini is a trickster, and Uranus is the lightning bolt. Together they deconstruct the ego's illusions. You may feel pulled in multiple directions or experience a kind of mental fragmentation. That's part of the process. You're being asked to hold paradox, to listen more than one voice inside you, to think with both sides of the brain and beyond it. This transit is not about having all the answers. It's about asking better questions. It's about freeing your mind from inherited beliefs, outdated labels, and rigid narratives. It's about reclaiming the voice that was silenced, distorted, or made small. And it's about learning to navigate the chaos with creativity, because that's where the genius lives. Uranus in Gemini is not comfortable, but it's liberating. It may challenge your ideas, shock your nervous system, or pull you into deep inner rewiring. But if you stay curious and grounded and stay open, it can also be one of the most awakening periods of your life. So mark your calendar, July 7, 2025, the mind begins to wake up. The old language dies. and a new voice rises. Trust your intuition.